Hey guys, I'm back from Comic Con. It was awesome. It was my first Comic Con, first time ever meeting a celebrity that I can think of. I don't know. Yeah, I guess first time I met a celebrity. It was so amazing. Oh my gosh, I met Ralph Macchio, Andrew McCarthy, C. Thomas Howell, and Zach Galligan. Awesome. And then I also met Lawrence Gilliard Jr., which is who my grandma wanted to meet, so I wasn't really like planning on meeting him, but that was also really cool. He was really nice. But like my little story for each of them. Ralph, I went up to Ralph and he was so sweet and he like messed up my name on my like autograph thing and he said, I could get a new one. But I was like, nah. And then we took our picture and stuff, and then we looked at the picture and we looked at it together, and he told me that I looked great, so that was awesome. Okay, and then my Andrew McCarthy story, actually, I went up to him and I was talking to him, and I was like talking to him and stuff. No, what am I saying? Sorry, I got distracted. But I went up to him and I got a picture and he said hi to me and I smiled. He was like really awkward. Yeah, he was like really awkward. I was like, okay, but he was so sweet and it was a dream come true meeting him. And then I actually went to meet Zach Galligan and then Andrew McCarthy, so I'm going out of order, but whatever. And then Zach Galligan, I went up to him the first time and we didn't really talk. I just took the picture, I thanked him, and I walked away. And then I went to see if C. Thomas Howell was there, and he wasn't. So it was like, okay. So like there was a whole bunch of people like waiting for him. So I didn't know where he was or like what he was doing. And people were like, he's late. He's supposed to be here at 10:30, and it was like 12:30, and I was like, okay. So we sat down for a little bit, and then we came back, and when we came back, C. Thomas Howell was there. So I went and I got my picture with him, and it was awesome because even though I didn't get as much time up there, as I would, like I didn't get as much time because it was a long line, but you made me feel very special for those 30 seconds, and I turned around, we said our goodbyes and stuff, and I turned around to go walk away, and I turned back towards him to like look at him, and oh my gosh, he winked at me. Like I was like calm about it there. I was like, okay, he's just a wink. He's just a wink. He winked at me. So yeah, I freaked out about that, but not while I was in his presence because I didn't want him to think I was like some weirdo. I was really calm around everybody, and then towards the ending, before we were to leave, I only had $10 left, and it was $10 to get a picture with Zach Galligan, which I already got a picture with him. So I did not want to go home with regrets. So I said I wanted to talk to him. So I went over to his table again, and he like looked up. He was like, "Hey, you're back." I was like, "Yeah." And then went up to him with like this huge smile. I was like, "How are you?" I like said it because I like say to all my friends, like, "How are you?" And he's like, "I'm good," and stuff. So we were sitting there, we were talking about Corey Feldman actually, because I told him why I watched the Gremlins in the first place. I told him I was a huge Corey fan, and we sat there, we talked about Corey and Corey's Angels and his Feld mansion and stuff, and we just talked, and then we took another picture, and oh my god, I love the second picture way more than the first picture. But yeah, so I got two pictures. I met him, went up to him twice actually, and I was walking away, and he's like, "Oh, you never told me your name," and I told him my name, and he's like, "Okay," and I was like, I said, "Have a good day" or something like that, and he said, "You too," and I walked away, and I felt like it was a really great day. I loved it so much. Like I loved meeting every single one of them. Like meeting all of them in the same day. Like I thought that would never happen, and I only went in there with I only thought I would be able to meet Ralph, Tommy, and Zach, and I did not think I was going to get the chance to eat. I said eat, okay, awkward. To meet Andrew McCarthy, and when I was able to, it was the best thing ever. So yeah, this was the best day. This is just kind of like just like a recap of my day, like for you and also for me, because like in the future, in case like the stories are kind of vague in my head when I'm like 50 years old. can I talk today? 50 years old, I'd be able to come back to this and, you know, hear the stories and be like, oh yeah. So yeah, it was really awesome. I had my own little individual story for each and every one of them, and they were so sweet. Oh my God, how could I forget? I met Jimmy Walker from Good Times, and I shook his hand and I smiled at him and I asked him for a hug, and he said, a hug from a pretty girl? Sure, I'll take that any day. And I was like, oh my God. So yeah, it was awesome meeting Jimmy Walker, and and it was amazing. How can I even forget that? Like that was absolutely amazing, and I think he was kind of surprised because I was so young, being a fan of his. But I shook his hand. I just let him know that I love him, a lot, and I gave him a hug, and it was a great experience. So yeah, my first Motor City Comic Con 2015 here in Novi, Michigan was pretty great. Pretty great. So yeah. I had a great day, and it's something I'll definitely never forget anytime in the near future, or anytime at all. But yeah, Ralph Macchio, Zach Galligan, Andrew McCarthy, C. Thomas Howell, Lawrence Gilliam Jr., Jimmy Walker, Jimmy freaking Walker. Oh my God. So yeah, it was a great experience, and hopefully I'll be able to do more Comic Cons in the future. Meet more people or meet the same people twice. I don't care how many times I meet them; it'll never get old. I can meet them 1,000 times, and oh my God, over the moon. I'm over the moon right now. So yeah, May 16th, 2015. It's today's date. This is just for memories, for my memories to remember. So yeah, this has been awesome. So great day today. Was a fantastic day.